Hello and welcome to this week's episode of ICP Does Not Define Me, where we focus less on this and more on the ability of what we can do. Join us each and every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, live on the Disability Global Podcast, Facebook page, and LetGoRadio.net. Looking forward to seeing you there.
What's up, everybody? It's D to the J with a roll away, and yes, I am here, and yes, I am extremely late. Let me just start off by saying thank you for those of you who are signing in right now with me. I do apologize. 7 o'clock came and went. I have been running around, rolling around like a chicken with my head cut off from start to finish. We've been boosting Kimiku's, and we've been uh, selling and out trying to get bracelets done and paintings done, and I've been everywhere in Social Security and social services and dealing with my health and dealing with Kim's health and going to emergency care and all this and trying to get stuff done. So it's been left, right, up, down, one, two, three, four. And I tell you, it's one of those things when you get going, hey Tony, how are you? You kind of sit there and you go, what do I do now? You have so much that you deal with on a daily basis. You have bills you have to worry about. You have dinner. You have things that you normally think about, that normally come, that normally are. Everything that is there, it's just at that point, and you're like, where in the world am I at? How did I get here? How did I get to this point? Now, this is where usually I would tell you to slow down, think about where you're at, and think about what you really have to do. Because here's the thing, bill's going to come whether you're alive or dead. Rent's going to come whether you're alive or dead. House payment's going to come whether you're alive or dead. You got to pay that stuff, and time keeps going, and the bills keep coming. They don't stop. So you got to get out there and make that money, and you got to make it the only way you know how. And that's working, that's selling, that's doing music, that's doing whatever you got to do to make it happen. But you get to a point when you get into a situation where you go, okay, what am I going to do now? And it's a scary situation, let me tell you. It's a scary situation when somebody screws you over to the point of you don't have a way out, okay? And you have to rely on other people to help you out. Do I like being there? No. Do I like being in that situation? No. Do I like asking for help? No. Does it happen? Yes. That's the reality of life. Life is going to throw you curveballs right now, and I'm telling you this so that you compare yourself. I can prepare yourself. I don't care how old you are. I don't care what generation you came from. Everybody now and then is going to have a problem where you're going to ask yourself, what do I do now? Yes, you pray about it. Yes, you go to God about it. Yes, you let Him rely on it. I understand that. But there's a point where we as human people and human flesh are going to go, what do I do now? What now? What happens now? How do I get from point A to point B? Okay. Now, here is where a lot of people get stressed. A lot of people freak out because they think it is the end of the world when money is short. Okay. So let me just give you a scenario. Roommate moves out, 3 days notice, doesn't tell you, leaves you $1,000 in the hole. Okay. All right. What do I do now? First thing, First thing that you do, cut your extra expenses. Cable, that's too much. Any extra expenses you have, Disney Plus, PS Plus, all your subscriptions, cut them. You want to get your prices down, cut them. Look at your food budget. What can you go without? What can you do without? What do you really need? Look at your cost of your phone bill. Look at your cost of your electric bill. Start unplugging stuff. You got to start making changes when you don't have the money coming in. You've got to start making changes yourself. You've got to go from what you want to what you absolutely need. The bare necessities. Do you have gas in the car? Does your insurance have to be paid this month? Or is there a past due portion that you can pay to keep it going until you get a little bit more income in? You have to figure out what you're doing. Are you going out to eat every day? The fast food will kill a budget. When they tell you a dollar menu, let me tell you, the dollar menu now ain't a dollar menu. It's $1.25, $2.35, $3.45, $4, $5. Everything in life has gone up. That's the funny part about that is here's the thing. Everybody needs to have fun. And the method that I have for saving money is you take what you make and you take half of it right away and you put it in savings. Because if you can save money, now see, here's the problem. With disability, they monitor everything you save. So you can't really save that way. You have to go other ways. I'm not going to go about that I'm not going to go into that on the air because you know what? I'm not jinxing myself. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not saying anything wrong. Too much of this crap is monitored, and I'm not getting in trouble for it or saying something I shouldn't. So therefore, I'm just going to go with that. You've got to look at life as a necessity. People spend money frivolously because they don't know the difference between a need and a want. You need to have food in your stomach, a roof over your head, clothes on your back, gas in your car, and that's what you need. You need to have those things. Those are the bare necessities of life. Whether you watch Netflix this month is not a bare necessity. Whether your cable is on this month is not a bare necessity. You don't need TV to survive. Okay? If you got internet, you can stream. Okay? There are ways to get around not having what you think you want, but you don't need. Okay? You need a dozen eggs, couple loaves of bread, some milk. Look at what you really need. How much dinner are you making? How many people are you cooking for? Well, are they contributing? Are the people in your household contributing? Are they working their butt off to try to help you out? If not, they got to go. Let me tell you, people will sit there and they will drag you to the ground. I'm going to pay you next week. I'm going to pay you next week. I'm going to pay you. No, you're going to pay me this week or you're going to get out. That's the way it works. People will sit there and tell you things just to stay another day and eat your food and drink your drink and sleep in your bed that you pay for and not do anything to help you out. Now, if they're cooking, if they're cleaning, if they're washing dishes and taking out trash and helping walk the dog, they're helping, okay? They're contributing in ways that they can. There are other ways. There are other ways to contribute than bringing in money, okay? Bringing in money is part of it. And yes, that's a monetary thing that you do need. But other people can work their butt off by vacuuming, cleaning, mopping the floor, helping fold laundry, doing dishes, cooking dinner. That's less that you have to do. You got to spread that crap out. I don't care how many people you got. Everybody can do chores. I don't care how many people you got. Somebody can contribute something. A loaf of bread is $2.49. If somebody got $2.49, go buy a loaf of bread. Go buy a pack of lunch meat. Work off of sandwiches. You will be surprised how far a sandwich will get you. You don't have to have expensive meals, lobster and steak. Go buy chicken, ground up chicken. Buy things that are cheaper. You've got to look at prices. You've got to start comparing at what you used to buy at $10.39 and drop it down to about $8 and keep going down and keep going down. What do you really need? Look at your list and see what you really need. How much junk food do you have in the house? Junk food now, everything has gone up. Everything in life has gone up. Bread has gone up. Gas has gone up. Milk has gone up. Food has gone up. Tax has gone up. Blah, blah, blah. All of it's gone up. I understand that. You've got to look at buying off brands. You've got to look at going to places that have discount cards. Look at buying in bulk because it's cheaper in the long run to buy in bulk because you can freeze. I'm talking about chicken. I'm talking about beef. I'm talking about fish. Buy in bulk. It's cheaper. Okay? Get a food saver. A food saver is one of the greatest inventions known to man that can help your food last longer. Okay? Cook a lot of one-pot meals. One-pot meals will last you 3 to 4 days if you do them right. Depending on how many people you have in your house, you can make things stretch. Okay? Don't let people eat for free. I understand if they're going through a hard time and you're helping somebody out, but there has to be a limit of how much you help somebody else. Because people will drag you down and take everything you got and then bring you with them into their own misery. And folks, I'm telling you, I do not want to be in anybody else's misery right now. I have a good plan on what I'm doing. I'm starting to get ahead a little bit. Things are starting to go the way I need them to go. And if anybody don't like that, they can go on and cat ass wherever they need to take it. I'm letting y'all know now, I'm not pulling punches on this. One of the hardest things that I see are people taking advantages of other people. And knowing that they're taking advantage the entire time by not assisting in ways that they can. And everybody knows what I'm talking about when somebody says, well, I don't have any money. Okay, what can you do for me? What do you bring to the table as my roommate? What do you bring to the table? Do you wash clothes? Do you wash dishes? Do you mop floors? Do you pick up after yourself? Do you put your dish in the sink? If not, get your ass in there and get it done. Because I'm not going to pick up after you. I'm not going to clean up after you. I am not your babysitter. People need to learn how to start pulling their own weight. Now, if you are trying like heck to get a job and you're putting in applications and you're coming home every day, we have been selling for the last 5 days. We took off for Kim's birthday. We have been working with Kimmy Coos for the last 5 days. Every day from 3 to 9 a.m. Every day working, out moving, business carding, restaurants, everywhere, promoting that business, selling my CD. We are getting ready to have the second CD out by Christmas. I'm telling you, you have got to work your ass off to get what you want to get in life. If you don't put forth the effort, you're not going to get anywhere, and you got to stop expecting people to do it for you. Okay, this is going to be one of those real shows. I'm tired of people saying, it's hard. It's hard. Life is hard. Grow up. Life is hard. Get up, get down, and start working. You got to start from point A. You cannot rely on disability your whole life. What if that shit cut off tomorrow? What if the government said no more? What happens? We still got to live as people. That means we got to get jobs as people. We got to go out and we got to work as people. We got to stop looking at, oh, this person in a chair and can't do this. This person in a chair and can't do that. This person in a chair and can't go here. I don't want you to tell me what I can't do, because if you do, I'm going to roll your ass over and laugh at you when I do it. I don't have time for people to push me away and say, you can't do this part of the job. Tell me what I can't do and I'll show you I can. Everybody in this world has an obligation. Everybody in this world has an obligation to do something or somewhere or someone at some time. I don't care how many roommates you got. If they help by doing whatever they can, that'll be whether it's mopping the floor, cleaning the dish, walking the dog, feeding the dog, changing the bed sheets. I don't care what you're doing, but you're not going to come in here and sit on your ass and do nothing. Because people do that too much. And my roommates don't do that. My roommates help. My roommates work. My roommates do things, what I ask them to do. Whether it's, as something as simple as can I take the trash out? Yeah, that's something that I don't have to do. We just worked 6 hours. I still got to cook dinner. That's okay. I like to cook. Okay. My roommates know I like to cook. Now, do my roommates wait to be served? No, they serve themselves. If I'm in the kitchen or if I'm somewhere else, they'll serve me, because it's got to be a unique effort. Life has to be a unique effort. You can't sit there and go, I'm going to do it on Tuesday, but I ain't going to do it on Wednesday. People think life stops. People think life stops because your bills are coming. Nobody's going to have pity on you. You know what I realized? This world is full of two people, those who get it done and those who don't. And they sit on their ass and complain about it when they don't. You know, and what I don't understand is you got disabled people in this world that want to work and want to get a job and want to go to work and want to put forth the effort. And they won't hire them because all they see is the fucking chair they're in. All they see is what they don't have. You can't raise your arms this high. You can't raise your leg this high. Put me on a register I can use. And let me tell you what I can do. Don't tell me what I can't do. Don't tell me what I don't have, because I don't have time for you. Sometimes in life, you have to go past the point of you can't and show them you can. People are going to see what's in front of them. When they see you, they're going to see you based on what you are or what they think you are. They're not going to know the inside until you let them know. Listen, you can judge me if you want to. You got A, B, and C over here. A never shows up. B's always late, and I'm C. I'm 30 feet away. I come every day to work. I get there early. I do what you asked me to do. Now promote my ass and let's go. I'm tired of people taking advantage of disabled people because they're disabled and saying you can't work here because we don't have a job for you. Bullshit. That is the biggest crock of shit I've ever heard in my life. We can't make a position for you. Oh, you made a position for that person sitting in there and all of a sudden do the paperwork. They have phone receptionists. They have people to stock orders. They have shipment receipts, receiving receipts, calls going in, calls going out. All this stuff they say they can't do, they can. Employers don't want to hire us because they don't want to waste the money because they think we need accommodations. And what we need are reasonable accommodations, and we deserve them. Not just because we're disabled, because we're fucking people and we deserve to be treated like it. Everybody sits there and complains because of what they don't have. Let me tell you something, folks. The only way to work and the only way to really get this done is to get off your ass and go get it, because nobody's going to give it to you. Nobody's going to give it to you. We as people have to stop relying on the government and have to start relying on ourselves as people, because that's what we are. We can work, but we have to find what best suits us and go after that. I've been at Walmart. I've been at Sam's. All they wanted to do was make me a door greeter because that's the only position they said they had. I was there 2 years at one and 2 years at the other, and show you how fast I got something better and something different. Tell me what you're not going to do, and I'll prove you wrong right here, right now. We have to learn to fight for ourselves. Now, here's the only other part of it. We also have to hold ourselves accountable. I'm not saying be an ass about it. I am saying hold yourself accountable. If you want a job, you got to show the person that you want a job. You be there 15 minutes early, half an hour early. You take transportation and you get there an hour early. You show them that you want to work. Be the first one to show up and the last one to leave. That's how the game is played, folks. That's how the game is played, folks. That's how life works. You got to get in the game, play hard for 4 quarters until the game is over, and keep going. Everybody wants to be handed something because they have children, or because they have this, or because they have that. They want government assistance because they think they deserve it because they have kids. It takes 2 people to make a baby, and it should take 2 people to support them. You don't have kids to trick the system. That is not what it's about. You have kids to love them and be with them and show them and pass on your legacy and have them work and have them go on and grow up to be great people like we are. We are great people, and we are created to do great things, not to be disabled lumps that sit on their ass all day. I get so tired of people saying, I want. but they won't put no action behind the wants they want. If you don't put action behind what you want, your faith and your works are both dead. When I was working, I was with the company for 17 years. You know, and that's dedication. That's dedication. You look at where you are, and when you've got people that are dedicated to their job. I worked at Intellos for almost 6 years. I was their top salesman almost every month. I busted my ass every day. I was the first one to show up and the last one to leave. And you know how many transportation problems I had because I didn't have a van at that time? You have to get through the shit and the hard stuff to get to life. Life is not going to get you what you want. Life is not going to give it to you. You have to earn it. You have to push through. This is hard. You have to push through. I don't understand. You have to push through. I can't. You have to push through. I don't know what to do. You have to push through all of that at the same time. But that doesn't mean when you're pushing through the shit and the sludge and the hard and the I can't and the I don't know that you're not a great person. But to be great requires you to do great things. And great things will sooner or later equal greatness, but you got to get there first. You can't expect somebody to put you there from day one. You're not going to get promoted in the first week, the second week, the third week. You got to work your ass off. And when I say work your ass off, I'm talking about for that boss that hates you, for the boss that treats you like crap, for the boss that doesn't give you what you want. You have to show them that you're there for the job and not for the boss. You've got to be there for that. Every moment that you spend at a job you hate but you took it because you knew you had to pay the bills. Everybody can't get what they want. Sometimes you got to take what's out there. You got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere. There has to be a point A for point B to even exist. This is what I'm talking about. People expect to go in high places, but they won't be low first. You got to go up gradually. You got to go up the ladder gradually. You got to work hard. You got to go through the shit and the muck and the mess to get to the success because you got to have all that. Life is not easy. Life is not all downhill. Life is not all uphill. Life is like this. And when you go 3 steps forward, sometimes you go 3 steps back. Sometimes your car breaks down. Your chair breaks down. Sometimes you lose everything and you have to start all over. But you know what? You're alive, you're kicking, you're dreaming, you're breathing, and you have a starting point from somewhere. One of our biggest problems as disabled people is we don't believe in ourselves because everybody else tells us we can't. If you don't believe in yourself, how the hell am I going to believe in you? You think I do this show for my own good, to make myself look good? I sit up here and say all this stuff because I don't go through it? If you knew what was happening in my life right now, if you had 1/10 of the knowledge of what's happening in my life right now, how hard life is, I can't stop because life is hard. I got to push 3 times as hard because my life is hard. I got a fiance out there who pushes with me, a roommate out there who pushes with me, who struggles with me, who knows, who sees me at my worst. There are times when you want to break, when you can't do no more, and you got to find it. You got to find it. You got to pick yourself up off the ground. And you got to fight for what you want. You got to fight for what you believe. You got to go past the point of I can't. Drop the T and get it done. You will have 1,000 no's before you get one yes, and it's going to be hard. And there are days where you feel like you can't move, you can't go, you can't grow, you're going to get stuck. But I promise you, if you keep going forward, eventually you're going to get there. You're going to get knocked back a couple of steps. Knock me down. I don't care. Fuck that. I'm going to get back up and do it again. It's not how many times you get knocked down. It's not how many times you get knocked back. It's how many times you don't quit. I came in here, I said, oh shit, I forgot my show at 7. I didn't say I weren't doing a show. I said I have to do a show because I promised my people I would. I have viewers that depend on this show, that watch this show every fucking week. They believe in this. They live by this. They share this. They feel this. I'm not letting my people down because they won't let me down. Life is hard. Life is tough. Life is real. So am I. Everything that I do with my all or I don't do it. The only reason I have success is because God gave it to me. That's the only reason I have what I have in my life right now. The only reason I have a woman out there who loves me and who wants to be with me for the rest of my life is because God brought her to me. The only reason I have air in my lungs and a roof over my head is because God gave it to me. That's the only reason. I'm a vessel. That's all I am. And sometimes I break, and sometimes I hurt, and sometimes I cry, and sometimes life gets all the way down to where I think I can't take it no more. But I got to get back up and I got to keep going, because if I go, I got other people out there to go with me. Everything that I do is with my all. And as long as I give my all, fuck everything else. As long as I put my best foot forward and I give everything I can with the percentage I've got when I got it, screw everything else. People look at life. There's no such thing as perfection. There's only one perfect being, and he's up there. And that's all I need. You can say what you want about me, but one thing I am is I'm a dedicated SOB. When I say I'm going to do something, I do it. I may be a little bit late, and it may be a little bit hard, and it may be a little bit emotional, but I'm going to tell you what, I do it. I do it with everything I got. I give everything I am. Because that's all I know how to do. That's what God gives to me. So why shouldn't I give it back? I know what down is, but down is not out. I am not out of the game. I am not out of the game until there's no life left in this body and the Lord calls me home. And a lot of people don't know what I'm going through right now, and some don't even care, and that's okay. That's all right. You don't have to care. God cares enough for you. The only thing I can say, Kayla, is go back and watch the replay. Kristen, you're right. You know, I look at this and I look at people complaining about what they have, and they have the essentials: roof, clothes, family, someone who loves them. They have a good job, and they complain because they want something more. I am thankful for what I've got, and I know I got to work hard to get where I get. Thank you, Nina. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. That means a lot. It's hard. Life is hard. There are bumps, and there are curves, and there are holes that you don't expect. And you're going to fall. It's okay to fall. You got to be okay with falling. It's the getting up parts you got to worry about. Because that's what makes you your true self. When you get up, when you get up and you truly go through it, to where you get knocked down, and I'm talking about you get knocked down and it takes the wind out of you. That doesn't mean that you're done. Nina, I don't know if you ever watched my show before. I've never seen you comment, but if you have, and I missed it, I'm sorry. I appreciate your comments tonight. They're inspiring. Everybody who's commenting tonight, thank you for being with me. I know I'm late. I know I usually come on at 7. I know I'm late. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And through sitting through my emotion and understanding why it's there. Look, I'm not going to hide who I am because God made me the way I am, and I'm proud to be who I am, and I'm not changing for nobody. We have to start fighting for ourselves as people. And we have to realize that no matter what disability we have, we are okay. We just have to find the nook and the cranny and the crack that works for us. To be that, and to be that as it may take some time. That is, Kim is outside on the porch. She is outside on the porch getting some air. She's here. She's just getting out. She's out on the porch getting some air. She asked me, why are you doing the show tonight? You're tired. You've been working all day. I said, because I promised my fans I would, and I'm not going to let my fans down. And she admired me for that. She hugged me and kissed me, and she said, go do it. And that's the thing. Sometimes you got to go through those rocky parts of life. Sometimes you go through those parts of life that you don't understand and that don't make sense. Look, everything doesn't have to make sense to get to success, because the path that you're on, you may not even know what God had planned for you. And the next step you take could be the one to where you get to where you need to be. Don't quit. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I will. I will tell her you said hi. I will do that. Thank you guys for being up here and for commenting and being here with me. And like I said, this show is real. I don't pull punches on this show, people. I never have, and I'm not going to. When I do shows, you're going to get 100% DJ or nothing at all. And that's the way it is. That's the way I've always been. That's the way my mother raised me. I have hard days, but I try to keep a happy face about it and get through those hard days. But sometimes it's just too hard to keep a happy face, so I let a couple of tears out. But I'm going to tell you why. The difference is when you fight with this and when you fight with that, that's all you need. When somebody is looking for the right thing or the right start or the right point to get, the only point you need is God. That's where you got to start. Now, I ain't trying to preach to nobody. I ain't trying to go nowhere with nothing. You pray to whoever you pray to, whatever his name is, her name is, the name is, whatever it is. But for me, it's God, and I'm not afraid to say that. The only reason I'm sitting in this position I'm sitting in now is because of God. God allowed me to be here. And I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for everything He has given me and the family that He's put in front of me, including the people on this show. They contact me, they comment, they check and see if I'm all right. I got a group that calls on me. I got groups and people and aunts and uncles and people I don't even know checking on me to see if I'm okay. And that means something to me because when I impact other people and they're struggling and they're wondering, what do I do now? What do I do now? Where do I go from here? How do I get past this point? What can I do to make it? Sometimes all you got to do is survive. Sometimes all you got to do to get through the shit and the muck and the mess is survive. And sometimes that's all you can do because you feel like you're surrounded and you can't breathe. And the only thing you get is dirt. But I promise you, that storm's going to pass and some good is going to come out of life somewhere. Even if you don't think it's the results you want, God has a plan. God has a plan. Now, if you can't see that, if you're too narrow-minded to see that, you better open up your eyes and open up your mind because it ain't going to get no better with you sitting on your ass doing nothing. That I promise you. Everybody wants something, but a lot of people expect stuff handed to them. That's not who I am. That's not how it works. That's not how life works. You got to put in what you get out. Kim told me something 3 days ago or 4 days ago when we started this venture. We got to do something. And that spark right there. Yeah, we're going out every day selling, working, trying to get it done because we have to get it done. There is no maybe. It's have to. We got to save every penny we get. We go out when we can. We have a date night when we can. We celebrated her birthday, and I got her roses and cake and this and that because God allowed me to do it. That's the only reason. That's the only reason. Everything that happens is because He allows it. Everything. Every single thing that God gave me, He gave me. I'm just a vessel, a human vessel ready for Him to use. That's how I know people depend on this show. People depend on that. This is not just something I do on Wednesdays. This is something I have to do. This is something I have to do because someone else may need it besides me. And sometimes when I do these shows, I'm talking to myself and I don't even know it. But that's the truth, people. You got to go through life. But if you don't live life, how can you go through it? You can't sit there and do nothing and expect great things to happen. Great things are not an expectation. Great things are an action caused by great things to achieve greatness. So many people want to be rich and famous and sing on stage, but if you don't practice, it don't work. So many people want to sell watches and paintings, but if you don't draw, it don't work. You got to start somewhere. You got to believe in something. You got to go somewhere, do something. You got to put action into your life. Everything in my life from right now to the end, and I don't know where the end is. I don't know when the end is. I'm going to be the way I am right now because that is who God intended me to be. I am a speaker from the heart. I say what's on my mind. I get to the point. I don't bullshit around the bush and sugarcoat it for you just to make it easier because you know what? In the end, life is not easy. Nobody said life is going to be easy. If it was easy, anybody could do it. I made a decision to compete in a karate tournament in September. Why? Because I have not competed in a karate tournament in 3 years. It's been too long. That's my decision. I'm getting myself back in shape. I'm eating right. I'm doing what I need to do to get myself ready. And when I do compete on September the 16th, September the 17th on Saturday, I will be ready. And I will compete with my all. Will I win? I don't know, but I'm a damn sure try. And that's all I can do. All you can do is try your best. All you can do is give your all, because there's nothing more to give than all you have. That is life. That is what life is all about. I have said this so many times. Life, you're going to get what you put into it, you're going to get out of it. You cannot expect people to give you a free ride, because very few people in this world get a free ride. You got to do something to make something else happen. You have to start at point A. You have to ask, what now? You have to get to that point of, okay, I don't know what to do. Let's look at this. Let's restructure it. Let's restart. Sometimes you got to wipe the slate clean and start all over. And that's the hard thing to do. Even being married for 7 years, sometimes you got to say, fuck it. It screwed up. It happened. It was what it was. I traded in a Pinto and got a Ferrari. Now I got to work with it. Now I got to work with it. I got to go from point A again to B to C to D to E to F all the way. I got to get engaged again, which I've done. I got to get married again. Is that going to happen? Yes, it's going to happen. Do we know when? Yeah, we set a time on it. But the thing is, you got to push for it. You got to work for it. You got to save money. Ain't nobody going to pay for it for me. Ain't nobody going to do it for me. We got to work at it because we love each other, and that's all we need. Look, I'm going to end a little early today because I still got to cook dinner, but I want y'all to listen to this. I want you to listen to me right now. If you're sitting there on your couch wondering, where did I go wrong? Stop thinking that right now. You gotta take a look at your life. I want you to look in the mirror, and I want you to look at yourself. And if you're crying, that's okay. I'm crying too. Trust me, I've done it tonight. I've felt it. Trust me, this is real. Look in the mirror and tell me what you see. And don't tell me anything negative. Don't tell me anything bad. Start positive. You got to start somewhere. You got to start with what's in here and be real. Be real with yourself and be real with others, because when you are real and when you wipe away all the onion and all that felt and all that fake crap that you deal with, to where you're trying to figure things out, and if you're honest with people and you tell people what the real problem is and why, you're going to get the ones that will listen. You're going to get the ones that will bail you out a couple of times. But here's the problem with bailing you out. Bailing you out only works but so much. Because once they bail you out, then you get in trouble and you got to be bailed out again. You got to do something for yourself. You got to work for yourself. You got to believe in yourself. You got to start at point A. Don't think of point A as just a starting point. Think of it as a first step in the right direction. Think of it as something you feel. Think of it as something you're going toward. Think of it as something. Set a goal for yourself. And admire and be astonished by the little things in your life that happen that are great, because little stepping stones involve bigger ones, and little stepping stones get bigger, and bigger things that continue to roll and grow. A plant starts out as a seed. A human life starts out as one little sperm and one little egg, and you got to get there. It's got to develop, and it's got to grow, and it's got to nourish, and it's got to be. But in that life, you've got to nourish yourself and know positive thinking will get things done. When you go negative, you're going nowhere. Negative equals nothing. Positive equals force and movement. Do not define yourself by someone else's standards. Define yourself by who you truly are and who God made you to be. Stop letting someone else try to define you and tell you what you can and can't do. You are great. You have always been great. Get up off your ass and start doing great things and stop waiting on people to do them for you. When you sit there and you expect someone else to do it for you, you are wasting your life away. Thank you, Lena. When you sit on your butt and you wait for somebody else to do it for you, you are wasting your life away. You are taking positive breath from your body and turning it into negative, because nobody is going to do it for you. There are people that will help you. There are people that will help you. There's a difference in helping somebody and doing it for them. Help nudges them in the right direction. Faith nudges them in the right direction. Hope deprives them. Anybody that has hope needs to recharge that into faith, because hope begs, I hope I get that new car. I hope I get that new job. I hope I lose weight. I hope. It's endless. It's endless. Faith is direct. I'm going. I believe. I am. It will. It can. It is positive. And that's what you got to be. I always say this line at the end of my show. If you can't be good, be bad, but be good at it, and do whatever you do with full force and full potential and your full self, and let nobody else stop you. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being with me tonight. Peace out. Love you guys. Thank you so much for staying with me through all this. I'll see you next Wednesday. Be great and do great things, because we are great people and we can accomplish anything we set our mind to. Let no one tell you you can't, and show them you can. You're going to hear 1,000 no's before one yes, but you're going to learn from those 1,000 no's how to adapt and how to get it done. Go out there and get it done. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Please be safe out there. We'll see you next Wednesday at 7 o'clock. For My CP Does Not Define Me. Take it easy.
All right, everybody. That's going to do it for this week's episode of My CP Does Not Define Me. As always, you can catch us every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, live on the Disability Global Podcast, Facebook Live, and on www.letgoradio.net. Also, if you haven't already checked out our YouTube channel, My CP Does Not Define Me, where we post all of our show's episodes in our My CP playlist. As always, I'm your host, D to the J with the roll away. If you can't be good, be bad, but be good at it. We'll see you next week.
Hey guys, one thing I forgot real quick. Let me just ask y'all a quick personal favor. If you have not gone to our new Kimmy site, it's a YouTube. Do me a favor. Go there right now. KIMMY space capital COO apostrophe S. Again, that's capital KIMMY space capital COO apostrophe S. Go there and subscribe. Everything we put on the site is up right now. We got some new stuff coming. We got book bags. We got crafts. We got wooden stuff coming up. We got paintings. We got posters, all sorts of stuff. Do me a favor. Go there and subscribe and support her. She's working so hard on this thing. We're working so hard on this thing, and this is how we're going to get it done. We need people like you to do me a favor. Go and subscribe. Lena, I know you have. Thank you so much for subscribing and being there with us. And yes, this comment is very powerful. I spent time with my family. This past weekend, their eyes opened about how difficult getting transportation really is for me. I proved to my family that they can count on me, and that is so true, Lena. But you've been doing things like that for months. And to tell you the truth, you've been doing it for years. You've been working so hard and digging so deep to get where you need to be. But do me a favor, go and support Kim on this thing. Write her a message. Tell her a custom bracelet that you want. $5, $7, and $10. She does name bracelets, all sorts of colors, necklaces, bracelets, anklets, paintings. Guys, we've got all sorts of stuff on this thing. Go check it out. Go subscribe. Tell a friend. Share it. We want this thing to go viral. I want it to blow up to 48 and 50,000 people just coming in with orders. We want so many orders, we don't know what to do. Guys, thank y'all so much for being with me. Thank y'all for staying the extra time. I appreciate it. If you can't be good, be bad, but be good at it. This is D to the J with Roll Away saying please go subscribe to Kimmy Coos. Also go to subscribe to my other channels, Chairmaster Games, Worth the Wait Cooking with DJ Carter. That's coming back. Kim's going to be filming for me. We got a lot of new stuff coming up within the next year. We're going to have the new album out before Christmas, we hope to. There's a lot of things coming up. So just stick with me and just be with me on this. Tell friends about the show. Please share it all over the place. And if you've never watched the show before, thank you for coming in and watching. We appreciate it. We love you. I could not do this without you guys. You are great, and we are all capable of great things. Peace out, guys.